Looking back at the years that I've been doing the work that I've been doing, I have found that there's been a pattern towards the kind of work that I truly enjoy doing. And I've seen the pattern connects between elevating and catalyzing the potential of women, young people, and minorities who may be misunderstood, who may be not getting the opportunity for them to actually serve, move forward, grow, and thrive. So today, I want to focus on 3B's that hold back a lot of women. And I think that these B's also hold back men, but my experience from a coaching and teaching perspective is that women sometimes find it a little harder to overcome these 3B's. I know from my personal experience and the experiences of my friends, colleagues, peers, mentors, coaches, that these 3B's can truly hold you back from realizing your full potential. So what's the first B? And these are colloquial terms that I've learned from my very young friends who I like to call reverse mentors. The first B is baggage. What baggage are you carrying with you? You know, that proverbial story that was told about a man who had never been carried in a car, and when he was walking on his way to the big town, a car stopped on the side of the road and asked, the person in the car asked him, "Would you like a ride?" And he was carrying this very heavy load on his shoulders. And he says, "Oh, thank you, sir," and gets into the car. And as he got into the car, he continued carrying the heavy load. So he was crunched up like this on the seat of the car. And the person driving the car looked at him oddly and said, "Well, I don't want to inconvenience this guy. Let me allow him to just be himself." But as he got to the end of the journey, he couldn't resist asking him, "Why are you still holding the load, yet the car is actually carrying the load for you?" He says, "Oh, I didn't realize. I just didn't want to make the car get tired." Yep, get tired. Can you imagine? But frankly, that's the way many of us operate in our lives. We are carrying a load that we should have put down a long time ago. And that load could be a basket full of regrets, of what you see as failures, as what you see as betrayals, as any negativity that you've collected over the years, but you've never had a chance to put it down. In fact, in vernacular, there are many songs that talk about put down the load and then move forward with a lot more energy. Check. What baggage are you carrying? Do you still remember that exam that you failed? That interview that you didn't pass? That person who treated you badly and you're still carrying that load? Or maybe the challenge is that you haven't forgiven yourself for giving someone a chance. Maybe it's time for you to put down that baggage. The second B is beef. You know, I hang out with a lot of young people and I hear them saying, "I have beef with you." And I'm like, beef? The only beef I know is meat. And they say, "Patricia, come on. Beef means I am angry with you." And I thought, oh, okay, I learned something. Many of us are carrying a lot of anger, which is resentment that has built over a long time. Avoid yourself having what is called an amygdala hijack in emotional intelligence terms, which is that moment when something triggers you and makes you so angry that you overreact because of a small item. Well, in the real sense, it's because that triggers a lot of other resentment that has collected over time. Anger in itself is not a bad thing. It's what you do with the anger that makes the difference. Check. Do you have any beef with someone? You want to actually do something negative towards them. You know, at the end of the day, a wise man said, forgiveness is not allowing the other person to keep repeating what they do. Forgiveness is letting go of something someone did, even if they never told you they're sorry. Maybe it's time for you to face that anger, deal with it, resolve the issue, and perhaps forgive yourself and the other person who you have that beef towards. And the third B, bile. Again, my young reverse mentors are really teaching me an entire range of vocabulary over the last couple of years. Bile is that envy, jealousy that many of us carry with ourselves because we want what someone else has. We believe that the grass is greener on the other side. But you know, you don't know what kind of water they're using to water the grass on the other side. So maybe it's time to ask yourself and accept that I'm feeling envious because so and so has something that I really have been praying and working towards achieving. And for them, it seems to come so easily. My husband always tells me, God equalizes things. The thing that comes easily to you is difficult for someone else. So rather than wish for what they have, well, wish for it, but don't let it become a source of envy. Maybe if you pray, ask God, bless me with that thing. Maybe if it's a skill, go and learn it, but check your intention. Because sometimes envy, which then becomes bile, which incidentally can even cause ulcers, is the root of that comparison that ensures that I want to win that person. The whole idea of win-lose. So, what's holding you back from becoming the best version of yourself? Is it baggage? Is it beef? Or is it bile? I urge you, take time this evening, this morning, whatever time you're watching this, take time to actually reflect deeply, because those 3B's could tie you up in ways that you don't realize that that's the reason why you're unable to fulfill your divine assignment, your purpose, and as a result, you're unable to become the best version of who you are. I wish you well as you unearth the 3B's and deal with them decisively once and for all. Thank you.